All right, welcome back. We do have Chitra Raj Bhandari with us, and I would love to have you provide introduction to our viewers, as well as tell us a little bit about how did you land up in WordPress.
My name is Chitra Raj Bhandari. I am a digital marketer by profession, and I started this some 8 years back. I was a journalist. I am still a journalist. I do editing for newspapers. While we were running our news portal, we landed up with WordPress, and we thought that okay, this is really easy. So we started doing that, and as a content writer, I then joined an Australian agency that worked here in Kathmandu, and that is where I started learning digital marketing. So it was basically content writing, then SEO, and then ads, and then Google Analytics, then tracking, and then it landed up like all digital marketing things. And presently we do a lot of marketing in marketing WordPress products itself. So it's like expanding and expanding. I'm going deeper and deeper, and I still feel that there is no bottom to this.
Right,
coming.
That's very good. So Chitra, what do you think your topic, marketing fundamentals, actually has to do with WordPress, and what is the message that you would like our viewers to understand about it?
Okay, see, what I would say is when we say digital marketing and marketing fundamentals, this covers very basic things that we have to do for marketing a product. Like you develop a plugin, suppose we have a lot of plugin developers, theme developers in our community, and it is because of them that WordPress is so free, so easy to use. So what we covered in this, what we wanted to cover here is like what you should be doing to market a product. Like if you develop a plugin, obviously you are going to invest a lot of hours over there. So while keeping the spirit of donations still there, there should be you should be able to get some returns from it, so that you can sustain and keep the free features free forever.
Right.
Like there are many plugins and themes who are doing a great job, and they are still struggling with. They have like 10,000 or sometimes 20,000 downloads, but after a certain level they hit a saturation point. Okay, that is where they stuck. They get stuck. Okay, that is it. But actually that is not the case. They should be. That is where actual marketing starts, and for that they have to do certain things like SEO, organic. But if you ask any developer, they will say, "Oh yeah, we do SEO," but they are doing whatever the thing is. But they need to have like, if I do programming, what kind of programming will I do? Because I'm not a programmer, right? Though I know about codes, I might do a dirty job. So this session will actually focus on things. Some real things, not actually if people say to you growth hacking, but we will say what is growth hacking. So they will be getting some concrete examples on how they can scale their products, and how they can keep that for free forever, and still become earn a living for their families and their friends, while keeping things free for WordPress as well.
Very nice opinion. What kind of feelings did it give to you today attending WordCamp Kathmandu 2019, and compare to other WordCamps that you have attended? How is it different?
I'll go with the similarities first.
Okay, let's go with the
similarities. I attended first WordCamp. It was in 2012. Okay, and it was my first. That was my first year as an SEO expert, as an SEO assistant. And that's where I started working, and that was the first WordCamp that we attended. And at that time I felt like, oh wow, there is a community, it's like vibrant, like people are willing to talk, and there are a lot of people who want to share. It was like never before, in our journalism sector, people don't give you news, because what will they write if they give you news, right? So in journalism, there are a lot of secrets between journalists. Like my colleagues, they have a lot of secrets. They will not share with me because they have story ideas. If they share with me, they might get deprived. So I came from that sector where there are secrecies, there are some veils, and people don't share, are not open about their ideas. But on WordPress and in digital marketing, what I realized is that there are a lot of things, all free. You want to learn something, Google it. So there are people who take hours to write that, and that same spirit came back on me, like, oh wow, everybody is talking. Yeah, everybody is sharing over here, and there is no restrictions. There is no senior or junior, nothing. Oh, yo, bro. So, you know, the bro culture is in its best manifestation in WordCamps. And this year, like I was years previous in the past, this year it has been fantastic. Like same vibration. I am not feeling older today. You know, I'm still feeling that same WordCamp guy who went to in 2012 is still the same. Faces have changed, but they are still. You know, there's a poet. He had like, I forgot his name, but what he said is like every year they grow younger and younger, and I feel that there are only peach flowers in my classes. But then he realizes that he has grown old. He doesn't know because he has been seeing all those faces. Every year there are new students, and they are like peach blossoms, you know, all pink. And he still thinks that because he is seeing them as the mirror, so he feels like, oh, I am also younger. But the professor has got old. So it's like with us also. So here also is same. It's so beautiful.
Okay. What do you think WordPress in next 5 years, where will it be? Will it still be a leading CMS platform?
Well, to be frank with you, I work with a lot of CMSs actually. We do digital marketing on WordPress, BigCommerce, Magento, and Shopify, everywhere. But even our own clients, there are like around 80% of them are on WordPress. Even if they are not, we take them to WordPress. Because that's easier, you know. There's a lot of things that we can do on WordPress and that we cannot do on other CMS. Like, it's not like I like WordPress because I have some kind of, affinity with it. It's like ease of use. That's the basic thing. And it's security and all those things, right? And WordPress, with the new features that it is enrolling, with the community that it is expanding, it's going to be, getting bigger and getting better. So when you are getting bigger and when you are getting better and when you are looking at a growth at your with the WordPress community, right from our the top level management to contributors to here, because they have been visiting all around the world. This is giving back to the community, right? So when you are giving back to the community, when you are getting in touch with when the developers who are actually the basis of WordPress's growth, when people are connecting with each other, there is no way that it is going to fall back. So there are two things basically over here which I think are actually contributing to WordPress's growth. One is that the community is vibrant, is very active, and the community is actually focusing on things that actually matter to people, like accessibility, like ease of use, keeping it free and standards. So everything is good.
Very good. We've heard and we've been talking about Gutenberg implementation.
Yeah, actually,
what's your feeling?
To be honest with you, I don't have like that kind of deep level of access with Gutenberg because I've not tried it. But on my since I'm in the blog sphere where there are people like the WordPress developers, there are some certain fears like, okay, maybe we will lose job. Yeah.
Okay.
But to be frank with you, you know, every new development creates new opportunities.
Exactly.
So one of my first bosses, he told me that opportunity has hairs over here. It doesn't have hair over here. So if you are ready, you can grab it when it is in front of you like this, right? But once opportunity goes back, you cannot grab it from the back. So it's like when if WordPress is releasing Gutenberg, so developers and programmers who are like ahead of their curve, they should be now preparing themselves to get into this trend, because that is the future over there. And I think there are certain Elementor, Elementor is speaking on Gutenberg. So if there are if there are themes and all those things that depend on this Gutenberg feature, so it is time for them to get ahead of the curve and get the cream,
Very nice, very nice. I really loved the essence that you put forward, saying new development creates new opportunity.
Yes.
And I believe that our viewers should understand that and move forward. Last but not least, for you, Chitra, let's forget about WordPress. What do you do for fun?
Oh yeah, my fun activities are like, so I don't think I am like a outward guy, because if I go outward, I remain outward. Most of the time I remain at home. I play with my kids. And if there is time, actually there's a lot of time for that actually. I watch a lot of movies. I am a movie fan. And I have not read anything for the past 2 years, but I have plenty of books in the library as well. But so I read novels, and I am a movie fan, and actually I am a family guy. So I like to be homey.
Okay.
Just like to be indoors.
What? Nothing wrong with being homies, you know. Guys, that was Chitra Raj Bhandari once again from Nepal, and with the topic marketing fundamentals. And thank you very much, Chitra, for coming in here. It was a pleasure to meet you and have a formal interview with you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Have
You
fun.
too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. WordCamp Kathmandu 2019 is happening, and I have Rahul from India, all the way through India. Rahul, thank you very much, first of all, for giving us some time. I would really want you to introduce yourself.